Hey mates, today in the Pirates Parlor we're going to do a solo run through of this tableau building game called It's a Wonderful World. It's a Wonderful World is a game played with cubes and cards. The cubes represent building materials and the cards represent features and buildings in your wonderful world. The information on a card can be broken down into a few basic components. The cost to build the card. This card requires 5 green cubes. Any cubes this card will produce during future production rounds. This card will produce 2 gray cubes. And any victory points the card may be worth at the end of the game. Alternatively, any card can be discarded at any time to gain the 1 cube shown on it here. So let's set sail with It's a Wonderful World. Alright mates, so we're all set up for a game of It's a Wonderful World. We've got our cards set out here. Each of these stacks has got 5 cards in it. The game's played over 4 rounds. Round 1, round 2, round 3, and round 4. Each round has got a first half and a second half. So these are the cards that we'll have to work with during the first half of the first round. So we got 5 cards here to work with. Right now we just want to get some things built and we want to get producing stuff. So this is our starting card. You always start with this card here. This one will basically produce 2 gray cubes, 1 black cube, and 1 green cube to build this stuff with. So since we produced 2 grays, 1 black, and a green, let's go ahead and pick this as something that we're going to be building. Let's just start setting stuff out and kind of planning a little bit. So maybe we'll want to build this and that will produce more green cubes for us in the future. This one costs a ton of greens. I know we don't have any ways to make golds yet. I mean, there's no golds anywhere in here. So let's take these 2 cards, which require gold. And something you can do in the solo game here is you can take any 2 cards, we'll take these 2, and just toss them out of the game and draw 5 off of this stack here. This is just a whole draw deck. 3, 4, 5. 5 random cards and keep 1. So we're trading 2 to keep 1, but it allows you to dig through and get some more stuff that might be more useful to you. Now, this is my hand. The other thing that every card can give you is in the bottom right corner, you can just discard the card. This one makes 1 gray cube. And so I think we're just gonna toss these out and keep this one. And instead of building this, we're gonna discard it and just get 1 gray cube. And that will be the 3rd gray cube we need for this because we're gonna produce 2 and then we can make a 3rd. So let's set that one off to the side as one that we're gonna probably discard and get that gray cube from. So we can put it here. Then we've got these 2 left. We'll probably work on building that also, and maybe we'll discard this for a blue. Even though we don't need a blue for anything yet, we still have a second half to this round. So we're gonna draw these other 5 cards, and let's look at those. See, here's some blues. Maybe we'll need blues, maybe we'll decide to build those. So really at this point in the game, what we're trying to do is we're trying to decide what do we wanna build, and what do we wanna discard for like a one-time cube. We got a blue coming, we got a gray coming. We're gonna use the gray here. We're gonna use the blue probably on one of these. I think we're gonna use it on this one. So let's work on building that one. Let's discard that for a blue. Let's discard that for a blue. So now we have 3 blues coming in during this round, which will just about fully build that. And then we've got these 2 left. Let's work on that one. Let's work on this one and let's trash this one. All right, so we are done with our planning round. We've got all of our cards. We've got some that we're gonna build. We got some that we're gonna trash. We're gonna discard each of these for the cube. So right now we have a gray cube, 3 blue cubes, and a green cube coming in. So these can all be discarded. And now we get to put these anywhere we want. We're gonna put the blue cubes all here. We're gonna put the gray cube here. We're gonna put the green cube here. All right, so that's the planning round. You basically take a bunch of cards, choose which ones you want to build, choose which ones you want to discard for their one-time cube, and then we'll go into a production round. And then we'll just repeat that 4 times, that'll be the whole game. So we are going into production round now. Production goes across this way. So we produce gray cubes first, and we're gonna look here as to what we produce. As these get done, we're gonna move them over to here and we'll build a little tableau that will show all of these bottoms. We'll just have them stacked. But right now we just have this card. So right now in the grays, we're producing 2 grays because there's 2 grays shown here. So we take those 2 grays, we can put them anywhere we want. We're gonna put them here. So this now has 3 grays, it just needs a black. So gray production is done. Next we check black production. We produce 1 black, that comes here, and now this card is done. So we'll go ahead and just throw those back up to the supply. and this card comes down here, which we're gonna use immediately. This is the cool thing about the timing in this game, is that we were able to build those there, and now we get to green, and now we're making 3 greens, just like that. So we'll take these 3 greens, throw them there, and then golds, we're not making any golds, and blues, we're not making any blues. So that was a full production round right there, and we're gonna go into round 2. So we've got this partially built, we've got this partially built, and we haven't started anything with this yet. So let's grab the first half of round 2 and take a look at what we've got here. How about this one? Takes a lot of greens, which we're gonna be making a lot of greens. I really wanna get golds to get that thing done. Hopefully this will allow us to finish that though. Let's take this one and this one and discard them to see 5 more. And we get to keep one of these. I really just, want a blue, something that will instantly make a blue like that. So I can just discard it and get a blue. I think I'm just gonna do that. So let's just take this one into our hand, because it will instantly make a blue if we discard it, and then we can put it there to finish that. And then when we get to golds, it'll make 3 golds. I could actually use both of these for their one time also, of a gray and a green. Let's plan on that. We don't have to make any final decisions until we've seen all 10 cards. Let's get rid of these 2. Look at 5. Let's take one of these recycling plants. We'll build that. Here's actually a one-time gray if we discard that. Well, let's discard both of these and look at 5 more. I think I like this one to make some more golds. Yep, let's take that. All right, so that's the end of round 2. These are our one-time use. So we get a gray, a green, and a blue. So we're gonna go gray, and gray can actually go here, and that will finish that. And that will make 2 grays again here in a second when we go up to production, which is gonna be great. A green and a blue. We'll finish that one. So this one's finished also. Nice, so we're getting some production going here. That's good. These have all been used now. And let's go into the production phase. We're gonna do grays first. We're showing 4 grays. So we'll produce 4 grays and we can put them wherever we want. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna do blacks. We got 1 black. So that will go here. I'm rethinking my last move there. Let's, instead of putting these 3 there, let's put them here. Let's put all 4 of the grays here, and then we'll come in with the black here, and that will finish this. And that'll go there. And then we've got green. We're making 1, 2, 3 greens. We'll take those 3 greens and place them 1, 2, 3. And then golds, we're making 5 golds. So we'll take 5 golds. And in the solo game, so in the multiplayer game, you'll see there are these little faces above here. Like a little guy's face and a little woman's face. And this one has both. Whoever produces the most of those in the multiplayer game will get to take a token that matches that. In the single player game, since there is no most, because I'm the only one playing, it just says anytime you make 5 or more of a particular cube, you will get one of those. I just made 5 golds, so I'll get one of those little dudes right there. That's just 1 victory point at the end of the game. There also may be some extra victory point conditions printed on some of the cards that I may build, which will help me with that. So we've got one point right there for that guy. Anyways, going on to blues. We don't have any blues, so we're ready for round 3. So round 3, we've got these here. This one actually seems pretty decent. This one actually seems decent also. Let's take these 2 and look at 5 more. Keep 1. And I think we're gonna keep this one. So there's our first half of round 3, second half of round 3, 5 new cards. Remember, this one's 3 victory points for every science that I have at the end, so maybe I'll get some more of these green sciences. I will have stuff to build this with. Let's build that one. You know what, let's just throw the rest of these in for cubes. I got a lot of greens that still need to be built, and I have produced 3 greens, which is some, but not a ton. So let's do that. We're gonna use all of these for their one-time green, green, gray, green. So we're gonna grab 3 greens and a gray. 3 greens and a gray. We can do with those whatever we please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 4 on it, so we'll put one of them there. That will finish that. This is built. Oh, shoot. They sometimes have a one-time ability or a little one-time bonus right above this line. That's got a little woman, the little red woman. This one actually had the little blue man on it. So I actually get a woman and I'll get a man from when I built that one. So I've got 2 blue men and 1 red woman. Again, they're just 1 victory point for themselves, and they may play into victory point conditions. Like this one gets me 1 point for every one of the men at the end of the game. So you may play towards a strategy like that as well. Put that there, and this gray one we will put here. All right, so that's done. We're gonna go to production. We're producing grays first. We produce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grays. So we got 2, we'll go here, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So the extras are coming down here. We'll talk about those in a minute. There's just nowhere to put them. So any extras get spilled over down to here. Blacks, we get just 1 black cube, and we can put that right here. And then green cubes, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go right here with that. So this one's done. Let's go back up there. Gold cubes, we make 5 gold cubes. 3, 4, 5. Oh, you know what? I get a blue guy for producing 5 or more. Also, when I produced grays, we did 6 grays. So that would get us a guy also. Anytime it's 5 or more in the solo game, that's the cutoff for getting the bonus. Let's do 3 here, which I'll finish that. And that gets me an instant bonus of a red cube. Those are very valuable. I got 2 left, and we'll just put them on here. Cool, so that's it for round 3. We'll go into round 4. We got quite a bit of stuff to build left here. So now this is the last round. We're not gonna worry too much about production on cards because we're at the end. There ain't much left to produce. We want points. So we want, oh wow, this takes so many greens. I mean, that's 8 points, but it takes a lot of greens, and we're only making 1, 2, 3, we're only making 5 greens, but we're gonna need a couple for that, and some, yeah, we can't afford this. Yeah, this is not a great draw. We're gonna take this just for the green, try to get more greens. So we'll take that one for the green. We will definitely discard these 2 because they're those little tiny cards you'd use at the beginning of the game. So we'll get rid of those 2 to draw 5. Here's 10 points. That's nice. That's probably the best one. And it takes a little bit of everything, which isn't too bad. We will make most of that this round. Let's go ahead and try to build that. And then we put all the rest back because that was, we drew 5 and kept 1. We got these 2 cards left. Let's just keep both of those to the side. All right, 5 more cards. Oh man, I like this one. 3 points per gold. And we do have a lot of gold cards going in, potentially, if we can build them. But boy, is it expensive on gold cubes. We're gonna make 5 golds. Here's another gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one takes 6 alone. Boy, if we could, but there's 1. There's another one. Let's just take those for the golds. Maybe we can do this. Let's take these 2 and discard them and see if we can just find something interesting. We could keep 1 of these. Can we discard 1 for another gold? No, there's no gold options in there, which kind of stinks. Take that just to get rid of for the greens. All right, so we've got all these that we're gonna discard just for the cubes. We're gonna build these couple. See if we can get all this built. This is our final round right here. These are all of our one-time uses that we've kept. So we got green, gold, gold, blue, gold, green. So we got 2 greens, 3 golds, and a blue. Now the blue, we got nowhere to put a blue. We don't care about blues. So let's take the blue down here. Now here's the deal. All these ones we'll be keeping down here, as soon as you get to 5 down here, you get to trade those in on a red. And reds are wild. They can be any color. And also sometimes you just need a red. Like that one requires a red, that one requires a red. Otherwise red can also be used as anything. You put it down here and you can just move it up there whenever you want. And so we've got 2 reds now. That's good because we're gonna need those. 2 greens and 3 golds. 2 greens and 3 golds. Let's go ahead and distribute those. Let's just work on this. We're gonna make some decisions because we're not gonna be able to build all of this. I can already tell. Let's put our 2 golds here. Let's put 1 gold here. And then our 2 greens will go here. Let's go ahead and, let's not give up on that quite yet. You can discard these anytime, even if they have cubes on them. You can discard them and take that one-time use. Obviously, you lose all the cubes you worked on it with, but it's always an option. So let's go ahead and go through production. We're gonna do gray first. We got 6 grays. That will get us a blue dude and 6 gray cubes. And oh my gosh, we have like nowhere to put those. In fact, this one's done. Oh no, let's back up a little bit. This one was already completed. So let's get rid of those. Pop this over here, which would have got us a one-time bonus of a red cube. And now when we produce gray, it would have produced 2 more. So we should get 2 more cubes. So actually 8 gray cubes and nowhere to put them. So that's inefficient. So 5 of those, they'll all just come down here to the card. 5 of them will go away and make a red. And then we've got 3 more gray cubes. We got 4 reds down here now, which is helpful. We can go ahead and put a red here, put a red here. So grays are done. We're going to black now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blacks coming. That's 5 or more blacks. So we get that bonus, the lady, and 6 black cubes. 1, 2, that is finished. So that'll go there. That gives me a bonus of 2 ladies. All right, I got 4 more blacks to get rid of. We got 1 here, and there's no more, so 3 will come down here. That gives us 6 cubes down here, so we can get rid of 5. Every time you get 5, you just trade them in for a red. So that gets another red cube. So we've got 3 red cubes, which like I said, are usable as wild. We don't need any more reds for anything specifically. So let's try to plan ahead a little bit here. Let's actually put this one here as a wild and build that right now, which is going to help us because we're just getting ready to do greens now. And now this makes greens times the little gold emblem. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those gold emblems. So that makes 4 greens, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 greens. And I can choose a man or a woman on this one. And because I'm going to have this man bonus here, I guess I'll take the man piece. So I got 9 greens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need to put 3 on there, and that will finish that. That's now done. I can put 4 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these other 2 will come down here. Time to produce golds. We make 5 golds, so we do get the bonus of a man. And those will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I put all 5 of them here, that makes 6 total. That's all the golds and 2 dudes. It costs 2. You have to pay these sometimes to build cards. So that takes 6 golds and 2 dudes, and that is built. And golds are done, and then we produce blues, and I don't produce any blues. I do still have 2 reds, which are wild. I can use them here, which will finish this card. I can use them as golds, and that will finish this card. And that's game. I never got this done, so this just goes away. Let's go ahead and score it up. So we're gonna go 3, just 3 points, plus 4 is 7, 8, 9, 10, plus 10 is 20, plus 2 is 22. So we're at 22 for just plain victory points ones. Then we get 1 for every tank. We have 0 tanks, so 0 points for that one. So we're still at 22. 1 for every science. 1, 2, 3, 4 science. So 4 science plus 22 makes 26. This one's 3 for every science. So 3 times 4 is 12. 26 plus 12 is 38. 1 for every dude. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dudes I've got. So 38 plus 5 is 43. And then we get 3 for every one of these gold ones. So what is that, 43? So we'll go 46, 49, 52, 55, 58. Plus each of these tokens is just 1 on their own. So 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67. The way I like to score this is basically like 100 percentile sort of thing. So we got 67. Where I went to school, that's a D, or like I probably would have called it a D plus. But yeah, 67. So with 100 being like your goal, you can go over 100, and that would be an A++, extra credit, I guess. But 100 is a great score. I think actually 90 is about the highest I've gotten in this game. I've soloed it, I don't know, half a dozen times or so. So yeah, 67 points. That's It's a Wonderful World. Let's drop anchor and talk about it. So that's It's a Wonderful World, and first things first, one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, this game just hits so many things perfectly. It plays relatively quickly. The depth to complexity ratio is amazing. It's not that complex of a game, but the depth in just trying to predict how these production cycles are going to happen and what cards can I build next round and what are they going to produce and what can I build with those things that they will produce, and on and on and on. It's just incredible. The whole drawing the cards thing in the multiplayer is just a card draft. You didn't see that in the solo play because there's no card drafting in solo play, but you just card draft, and then all of the production is simultaneous. So the length of play between a 5-player game and a 1-player game is very similar. This game is going to play in like 30 minutes. I can't imagine this game ever taking longer than 60 minutes to play. So you're right in that 30 to 60 minute range. I'm telling you, it just strokes the brain beautifully. This is one of the best games I've ever played. It's a Wonderful World.